Judge Juan the Con Mercan gets hit with a major judicial complaint. This one comes from Representative Elise Stefanik. She is from New York. We know Judge Juan Mercan's in New York. We've been wondering, can he keep getting away with what he's allowing in his trial courtroom? Of course, presiding over the Trump prosecution related to the Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen liars situation. But now Elise Stefanik has released the following. She posted on X, she said, "I just filed an official judicial complaint with the New York State Commission on judicial conduct against acting Supreme Court Justice Juan Mercan for his clear violation of the rules of judicial conduct for the New York State Unified Court System due to his family directly enriching itself off this sham trial against President Trump." And of course, we know that his daughter, Lauren Mercan, has made something like 93 million bucks working for Democrats for authentic campaigns, representing some of the most inauthentic people in America. Got it. So this is the complaint. Let's see what is inside. Elise Stefanik sent this out explaining why Judge Juan the Con is a corrupt judge. Sent on May 21st from Elise Stefanik to the New York State Commission on Judicial Misconduct. She says, "All right, listen, Commission. I am writing to alert you to the conflict of interest involving Juan. Judge Juan currently presides over the criminal case against Trump brought by Bragg. Now, if convicted, Trump faces a maximum of 136 years imprisonment. Moreover, he's the presumptive nominee of the Republican Party for this November election. Now, as such, not only are President Trump's interests at stake, the interests of all Americans as well." And she explains, now the conflict of interest pertained to Judge's daughter, Lauren. The Judge's daughter is the president of a company called Authentic Campaigns, which is a group that represents Democrat politicians and PACs, saying when President Trump was indicted in April 2023, Adam Schiff Pencilneck from California, one of Miss Lauren Mercan's clients, who's running for the United States, actually sent out a fundraising email requesting $10 donations that stated the following. Pencilneck said this: "It is a somber moment. An former president to be indicted, but his alleged offenses are unprecedented. Trump will respond as he always does, playing the victim and blaming others for having the temerity to investigate him in the first place." Pencilneck, come on. He got censured. Remember, Adam Schiff, every time you see his name, you should, in your own mind, just put a little asterisk right there because he got censured like a total loser. And he lied to all of us about a bunch of things. So he is probably not even responsible for writing that. I bet the judge's daughter wrote that. So in other words, the daddy allows Trump to be indicted in his courtroom, and his daughter now can raise money and make money for her firm. The Senate Majority PAC, also a client of Lauren and Authentic, fired off a similar email. "Breaking: Donald Trump indicted by Manhattan grand jury. This is an important moment for our democracy, but our work isn't over. We must continue protecting our Senate majority from GOP extremists. Please send us $10. It becomes $60 to defend the Senate." They're prosecuting people and then fundraising. So since the indictment, Schiff has raised $20 million because Democrats are weird. And the Senate Majority PAC has raised $73 million just to take out their opponents. In other words, the clients of the judge's daughter have raked in nearly $100 million and have used Trump's indictment, a case over which daddy presides, as a fundraising fodder. It is common sense that if these groups make no money, they cannot afford to pay for services. The more money that's raised, the more it can be spent on services, saying this is a big problem. Section 100.3 E1D3 of the Rules of Judicial Conduct for the New York State Unified System, it dictates that Judge Mercan should not preside over President Trump's case. Under this section, a judge is disqualified from a case when the judge knows that a person known by the judge to be within the 6th degree of relationships has an interest that could be affected by the proceeding. I wonder what the connection is between a father and a daughter. They say if Trump's acquitted, a verdict would benefit him politically and be detrimental to the Democrats. And the Democrats are clients of the judge's daughter in their efforts to defeat him in the courts rather than on the ballot box. But if on the other hand he's convicted, then that would be a fundraising windfall for Democrats. Schiff's fundraising email highlighted the unprecedented nature of the indictment. This is nothing compared to the unprecedented nature of a conviction. Now, even U.S. District Court Judge Shira Scheindlin, a retired judge appointed by Clinton, raised concerns about the refusal to recuse. This woman showed up on CNN. She said, the main focus of this motion, as opposed to the previous one a year ago, which the judge denied, is on the daughter's work. This judge said, as you already said, the daughter does work with many, many high-profile Dems. She works on their social media. They put out a post. They get contributions. She, as an owner, gets a percentage of those contributions. So there is a statute in New York that says a judge must disqualify himself if a person known to the judge within 6 degrees has an interest. So the question is here, is the daughter likely to profit or benefit from the outcome of this case? And you have to understand, it's not actual conduct that is worrisome. It's the appearance. It's the appearance to a reasonable person that the judge judge cannot be fair and impartial given the relationship. So ordinarily, says this judge, I think that a benefit financially would be to a spouse because they share the income. This is an independent adult daughter. They don't share income, but according to this statute, the judge must recuse if she would substantially benefit from the outcome. So that's one thing that concerns me. Yeah. Now this part is part of a troubling pattern of judicial misconduct by the judge. And indeed, just last Friday, we learned that your office privately cautioned him in July over his illegal political donations to Biden and the Dems. This private caution has not deterred his misconduct. As evidenced by this current complaint, Judge Merchan appears driven by Democratic partisanship and financial gain for his daughter. This caution, is reported by the Times, can be considered in any future cases reviewed by the Commission on Judicial Conduct. So Elise Stefanik wraps it up. She says, it's imperative that New Yorkers and all Americans have confidence that justice is being dispensed fairly in New York. This case is especially true in cases like this. Here, we are in the middle of a presidential election. The circumstances are unprecedented. President Trump, a former president and likely nominee of a major party, is on trial. These proceedings are under a microscope. Merchan's clear conflict of interest, based upon his adult daughter's financial state in this unprecedented criminal trial, has badly damaged this court's appearance of impartiality. And given Judge Merchan's daughter's clientele and the vast sums of money that these individuals have raised, the daughter stands to benefit. She is within 6 degrees. She's the first degree. A straightforward application requires recusal. Merchan declined to do so. So I request that you investigate this conduct and impose whatever discipline is necessary. Signed by Elise Stefanik, representative from New York, over to the Commission on Judicial Conduct. Now, is anything going to happen from this? Unlikely. I think that probably they're supportive of what's happening here. Seems like a very similar situation to what's happening in Georgia with Big Fanny and Fannyland. But other people from New York are revealing the truth about what is happening. Steve Cortez clipped this one, says, yep, AOC accidentally says the quiet part out loud. Everything they're trying to do here is shackle Trump while he is supposed to be campaigning. And you know what? It's not working for him. It's actually backfiring pretty badly, as the polls show. But here's AOC.
And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court.
Yeah, thanks to your party and your prosecutors.
And so it is truly an embarrassment to him, and I am looking forward to the response of everyday Bronxites talking about how they feel about him coming to their backyard.
We're looking forward to it too. I can't wait for the new Make America Great Again rallies in New York to happen so that people can express their frustration with what's happening in their state. So Judge Merchan finally getting a little bit of pushback for his misconduct. We'll see if the Judicial Commission does anything about it. Of course, we'll hope that you join us as we do. Thank you for subscribing to our channel wherever it is you're watching this, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here on the next one.